Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome to another pick a card reading. This one is a spiritually guided message based on whatever it is your spirit guides, your ancestors feel the need to know about. I added some plants this time because I'm feeling very springtime, with the exception of the tarot card deck that I'm going to be using in this one, but that's just because I felt drawn based on my ancestors telling me to go ahead and start using that deck in this specific reading. If you've never done a pick a card reading, they're very simple. You just want to pick a card pile based on whatever it is that you're wanting to hear. If you feel like there's a specific thing, if you feel like there's something that you were one pile that you're more drawn to than the other, just depends on what you were thinking. And a lot of the time, there are some details here and there throughout the reading that may not resonate for one specific person. These are collective readings. These are drawn in, the cards are drawn en masse, so to speak. So therefore, several people all at once. So if you feel drawn to one specific pile, definitely go ahead and pick it. We have pile number 1 with the rainbow ammonite fossil, pile number 2 with a red a red onyx bat, pile number 3 is a red jasper mushroom, and pile number 4 is a red ammonite fossil. So it just depends on whichever one you were the most drawn to, and again, whatever feelings that you are getting about whatever messages your spirit guides, your ancestors are feeling you need to hear. Now, you don't need to know exactly who your spirit guides are or anything like that for this message to apply to you. I get that actually a lot. Some people say, well, I don't know who my spirit guide is. It's okay. They are trying to get your attention and they are trying to get their message across, and this might be just one of the ways that they need to do it for you specifically, and it's okay. You don't need to know them by name or anything like that. It's perfectly fine. It also doesn't mean that, if you know who your spirit guides are, you can still, these messages can definitely still apply for a lot of people. So definitely just pause the video if you need to, pick whichever pile you were the most drawn to. As always, we're going to be starting with pile number 1, and let's get into the readings. Hello, pile number 1. If this is the one that you chose because you were drawn to pile number 1, or if you were curious about the rainbow, it's kind of a rainbow metallic looking ammonite. I really hope that shows on camera. I can't tell. But I'm really stoked about this. It has like a little rainbow on the inside of it. But if that's the one that you were the most drawn to, then this is going to be your reading. I forgot to add my little lucky dice over there, so that one's going to be rolled as well. And then I'm also going to be drawing from 2 different decks as well, just for extra spiritual clarification towards the end of the reading, and then the numbers and letters per usual for the dice. So we're going to be seeing, starting with the tarot, what messages are coming out for you guys. All right, so this is what I was saying with feeling springtime, but not quite, because this is a little less springtime. But the first card is the King of Swords. The second one is the Hangman. Oops, get that in frame. The second one is the Hangman. And we have the King of Cups. Okay, so we've got 2 kings right off the bat, basically. We have the Lover's card. If I can get this in the middle here. And then we have the 8 of Wands. Okay. So y'all, something's going on with you. Okay. You're definitely doing something. That is really cool, though. This is exciting. Y'all are, wow. Okay. I feel like for a lot of you, it's a brand new relationship start. It doesn't have to include a person. A new relationship could mean a new relationship with yourself, more self-love, whatever have you. I feel like what your spirit guides, but your ancestors, however you want to look at that, whoever it is that's trying to tell you certain things that you may just not be able to hear right now. We got the King of Swords, which is, very analytical, political, but also like diplomatic. We have the Hanged Man, which is, needing a new perspective or something giving you a new perspective. We have the King of Cups, which is understanding your emotions and knowing that you are powerful within them. We have the Lover's card, which is fairly self-explanatory, but like I said, the Lovers doesn't always have to mean another person. It could mean a relationship with yourself. And we have the Eight of Wands. So I feel like a lot of you is this, like I said, very much a progression. You are needing a new perspective, and you are understanding that your relationship with yourself is a little struggling. You probably were a little too harsh on yourself, so you're needing a new perspective to kind of gain more insight into your emotions, to really move into that new love relationship with yourself, understand more about you, understand also that you are important, you are enough, you are successful, whatever affirmations you need to use for this. But I feel like your spirit guides, they're definitely wanting you to know that you are you for a reason. And it's also going to lead to the Eight of Wands, which is really just, progression, really things moving forward, things taking flight, things are on their way to something new. So, starting with the oracle cards here, the first one we have here is the Dragon's Lair. I love this card. This is so cool. It's very, very icy. We have this dragon flying in the background and probably another one hiding under there, but the Dragon's Lair is definitely talking about, creating that force field, creating that protection around yourself, because a lot of the times we don't do that very often, and we really need to. So definitely creating something around yourself to really say, like I said, I'm, believe in yourself a little bit more than you probably were before. This next one here is Stuck in the Mud. A lot of you do feel this way. A lot of you feel outright stuck in the mud. You feel like whatever it is you're doing doesn't really seem all that great, or whatever it is, you keep trudging and trudging. We see this big old circle, you're just going in circles. But a lot of this is, there's something you're just not getting sometimes. It could be, like a karmic cycle, if you will. So for some of you, the reason that you feel stuck in the mud is because a lot of you just aren't getting the message that's trying to be thrown your way. So for some of you, that could be, needing more self-love, needing to give yourself more attention and stop paying attention to other people as much as you do. And for someone else, it could be something different. But this stuck in the mud feeling, I feel like, is going to be coming to a close here fairly soon. And this one here is coming to life. So you need to come to life. You need to be like this woman here with really coming to life. It's a statue. Let's get a little closer here. It's this statue that is literally coming to life and growing. We have a butterfly down here, transformation. I really feel like that is a lot of you. A lot of you are transforming into a new person, which is not a bad thing. A lot of you are needing to cut ties with some old relationships because it wasn't serving you any good, and now you need to. Now you need to understand that a lot of things within your life are changeable. You are changeable, therefore a lot of parts of your life are as well. Because sometimes we don't think that they are, and we kind of get stuck in our head that, I can't do this or I can't change that, whatever it is, but your spirit guides are coming to tell you, you can change it. It's okay. Next card we have here is the Dragonling Garden. A new world is born. So with this one, this really is saying pretty much that a new world is born, but also a lot of the times is, like I was saying, a transformation. We see this little dragon girl holding a little baby dragon, and her wings coming up behind her. We've got all these little animals around her, and looks like in a little cave. Like, there's a lot of transformation happening with you, and a lot of you are growing your wings. A lot of you are starting to understand more about yourself, and a lot of you are starting to understand exactly where you belong in the world, what it is you need to do. So a lot of you could be changing careers because you've discovered recently that your career that you're on doesn't fit with your life right now. And a lot of you are changing up your relationships. Like I said, you're cutting ties with the things that you feel aren't good for you anymore, and that's okay. But you're definitely changing things up. You're definitely, moving forward, moving on with things, however you want to look at that. The next one is the Wild Huntress. I can get this in the middle here. The Wild Huntress, face your shadow. So for a lot of you, facing your shadow is something that you're needing to do. We hear, again, butterfly, wings, big wings. So I feel like this is a situation where a lot of you are needing to really let your wings grow. For a long time, to use a wing metaphor, a lot of you have felt like your wings have been clipped your whole life, and now you're needing to really understand that you are becoming this person. You're really growing into yourself. I think this Faye is actually supposed to be a little moth. She's got little antennas up there, so I really do feel like a lot of you are starting to see some moths in terms of this as well. A lot of you might be seeing butterflies or moths or something like that. You know, a lot of things about transformation and growing. Some of you make it a little stuck with, I don't know what I need to change or whatever it is, but sometimes it's not something about yourself that needs to change. It's the fact that you yourself are already changing. Therefore, you need to let that happen gradually and let it just happen as it happens, basically. Because a lot of the times we don't want things to change because we kind of freak out. But this is going to be a good thing. This is going to be something that needs to happen for whatever reason. This one here is clear and activate. Create sacred space. So I feel like a lot of you are needing to create that sacred space for yourself. A lot of you are needing to create that space around you as well. So like I said, transformation. So I'm a Virgo, and I need to clean things to feel better. Now, don't get me wrong. I also am a Pisces moon, so I live in creative chaos. But at the same point in time, I also understand that I feel immensely better when I clean out the clutter and things like that. So I feel like for this, creating that, that sacred space, that clearer energy, a lot of you are needing to do exactly that. Whether that's something minor, like, I don't know, going and changing up the way your bed looks. I feel like a lot of people, if they buy a new bedspread or something like that and throw that on there, even though that's only something minor, it's something that really changes up the space. It changes up the vibe of your bedroom, whatever it is. Some of you might need to revamp your whole apartment or your whole house. I feel like a lot of you are feeling kind of stagnant energy, that stuck in the mud feeling, because you're needing to really clear out the clutter and really understand that a lot of that is going to be coming in a very important way, because you're needing to, kind of activate that more sacred space energy. That it's not that you're ignoring it, it's just that you really need to vamp it up, basically. The animal spirits coming to you are the seahorse spirit with watch and wait. So watch and wait, like I said, a lot of you are feeling just stuck, that you don't know what to do, whatever it is, but a lot of what you're needing to do is know that the energy coming to you, whoever it is, your ancestors, your spirit guides that are coming to you, are needing you to just be a little bit patient. I feel like some of you are just, on autopilot all the time. You're go, 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 go. There's no stopping you, whatever it is. So you kind of need to slow down a hot minute and just understand that the messages that are coming to you will come to you when they need to. And sometimes, too, by slowing down, you're able to get the messages a lot easier. Because I know that sometimes we, get so, like I said, on autopilot, we can't always hear the messages. The next one is the otter spirit. This is so cute. You are never alone. So a lot of you are feeling, maybe that's why some of you feel stuck or whatever it is, or that, you're needing to change things up, is because you aren't alone. You're okay within your own self. We've got these two little otters hugging in a heart. Like, come on, hug time. What is it from Finding Dory? Cuddle party. There we go. Cuddle party. I feel like a lot of you are needing to do that. And again, with yourself too. Just give yourself a little bit more love, understanding, and compassion, because I feel for some of you that might be something that you potentially are struggling with, and you're needing to really let that come to play. Ooh, okay. Spider spirit is the next one with make your dreams real. So spiders, when they come to you, in terms of physical spiders, they are what's the word I'm looking for? Signs, there we go, of like creativity, prosperity, etc. Actually, one of my guides is the spider, which also drives me a little bonkers because I'm not that fond of them. But she's here. So I feel like for some of you, not that you're necessarily seeing the spider, but a lot of you might be. But needing to make your dreams a reality. Like I said, some of you are needing to change up that career. You're needing to alter your relationships. You're needing to understand that you yourself are waking up and growing as a person. And in order to do that, there are some things about your life that does need to change. As annoying as that is, a lot of the times you do have to let those things grow and change and understand that you yourself are becoming a different person, which is okay. So I'm going to be drawing from my Pocket Isis Oracle and seeing what we can get, any other messages for group number 1 for their life situation currently. What can we get for them? Ooh. Why do they always fall on the floor? It's because I'm standing, that's why. So we can get this. There we go. So the next one we have here, I'm going to show you a picture here. I love this. Magic and ritual. Effect in the external world can be created through inner practice. Heart-centered ritual can support your inner path in the physical world. You are encouraged to enhance your power with regular practice. As you grow in grace, love, ability, and wisdom, applying your inner beauty to transform your outer world. Another transform card. So it really comes down, like I was saying, that some of you are needing to really hear a lot about yourself, that not necessarily that you don't want to hear, but it's just a factor of just needing to really recognize your own power and understand that the reason you are feeling stuck before sometimes is because you're needing to let yourself grow. Let me drawing from my Peculiar Fragments deck as well here. Whoops. Okay, so as we get like half the deck that flops out here. You know what? Let's try that again. That was a little intense. It was a bit much. Let's give it a shot here. Okay. Let's try this one more time and see what group 1 can get without actually dropping everything, please. So what other messages can we get for group 1 about whatever their situations may be, about whatever it is that they're needing to do? Whoop. Okay. Still on the floor, still gotta go get it, but you know. Okay. Here we have the broken mirror. Situations in your life call for you to see things in a new way, from a different perspective. Reflect on your situation and take note on where the cracks are. So this card was designed a little bit with the Hanged Man, but also a little with the Devil card too. And the reason for that is because you're needing to really understand a lot of the things about yourself. You know, everybody has cracks, everybody has, you know, breaks and crevices, so to speak. So there's a lot of parts about you that are broken, but that doesn't mean that you're not worth something. A lot of you are needing to hear that you are still worth something, that you are still here for a reason, whatever that is. And a lot of you are needing to understand that the situation that you're in, the things you're needing to change about your life, that, you know, those reflections you can still see, is because those are the reflections that still matter. Those are the things in your life that are still showing up because it needs to matter, it needs to happen, whatever it is. So when you're noticing a pattern with things, you probably should pay attention to it. So then we're going to be doing the dice as well, starting with the letters as usual. So we're going to be seeing what letters and things like that pop out for you guys. If there's anything specific for group number 1 that they need to hear. Still one that came on the floor. My good night. Okay, so. I. Okay. So we have an A, we have an I, O, H, E, T, O. So AI is admittedly just, that was the one that just popped out at me just because I'm a little bit of a nerd, so AI kind of popped out for me with that one. I also see Hoot, which is kind of cute because obviously that does represent an owl, but also it could be, you know, hoot as in you need to start giving a hoot about yourself, or maybe give a little less hoot about other people, so to speak. So I feel like, again, these could be initials or acronyms or anything like that that means specifically something to you guys as well. So I really feel like that's something that you're needing to do. Like I said, that transformation happening is that you're needing to really let yourself grow, transform into the person that you are meant to be in this lifetime. And sometimes that's not giving a hoot about what other people say about you. So these white dice are going to be pretty important moments potentially for some of you. This could be dates, or it could add up to a specific number. It could be financial, monetary, things like that as well. But we're going to see what happens for you for something specific, something that needs to stand out, things that are changing up, however you want to look at that. So we've got 1, 1, we have a 5, which is interesting. So there are a couple 5s, you know, there's the 5 there, there's the 5 there in terms of like the numbers of the cards. There are some 1s there. There's 1 and 1 up there as well. So I think this one's a 45. Okay, yeah, so maybe, you know, something significant happened within January 15th, something like that. Maybe that was a moment that a lot of you started to notice things very specifically, whatever that is, in regards to when I'm filming this, or for some of you, it could be something coming up, whatever it is. So for some of you, I feel like 5 is something very interesting, but we will see if there's anything significant with the black dice. These I call the tower dice. These are things that need to happen, something that needs to be shaken up within the foundation of your life. Something's needing to change, and this could be a heads up, if you will, on when that happens. Okay. Cute. So we got a 2 and 2 5s. Okay, so 5 is definitely something interesting for you guys. So 5s in terms of numerology technically are things that are happening, things that need to happen, whatever that is. You're at a halfway point, you know, between 1 and 10 type situation. So things are still progressing, things are still going, but you are not alone, especially with that otter spirit there pointing out to me right now. Is like, that really does come through. Is like, the 5 also comes into play with like, you're not alone, it's okay, I'm here for you type of situation. So I really do love that, especially because this is the spirit guide message reading. So with the red dice, this could be something specifically with love. Like I said, even though you did get the Lover's card as well, it doesn't necessarily have to be love, but it could also mean, you know, you finding new love within yourself. Could be finding true love as well with another person. Okay, so we have 2, 4, and 6. Okay, so we have an actual synchronicity with that one. So the 2, 4, and 6 could be outright the fact of, you know, literally just like that progression, that as you progress, things are going to continuously balance out. The even numbers are all about balance and things like that as well. So balance and stability, you know, finding that balance within yourself, the 4 of Wands potentially, the 6 of Pentacles maybe. Definitely just knowing that things are happening, that things are growing, and things are changing for the better. So we're going to be rolling the lucky number dice, and I'm very curious now which number pops out, because we have 2 that is definitely sticking out, but 5 is also sticking out a little bit, so I'm curious which one this lands on. So okay, it did land on a 6, so it's kind of glad I didn't land on a 5, to be honest. But the 6, like I said, does represent a lot of balance, so I feel like a lot of balance is coming to you guys, a lot more understanding, for yourself, a lot more self-acceptance as well, which is definitely a good thing too. So this is what I have for you guys, pile number 1. I'm very, very excited. I really, really, really do hope that, you know, like I said, that this resonates for you guys. Let me know. I love hearing from you guys, so definitely comment on the video. Let me know if this does resonate or anything like that. Also, let me know how this resonates. And of course, thumbs up the video. Let me know if this is something that you guys are interested in within the the spirit guide messages specifically as well. But I also wanted to say that I am doing a giveaway. So I am doing a giveaway for once I reach 500 subscribers. I'm going to be giving away a couple of my candles that I do make that are in my shop. If you want to go check out my shop, the link is in the description box below. But thank you guys so much for everything. But like I said, this is going to be a thank you for all of my subscribers, everything like that. But yeah, definitely check out my other videos, things like that. See if there are others that you may have missed or anything like that. I do have one other spirit guide message reading as well. And this is great. I know it's a little heavy, but this is good for you guys. And until next time, pile number 1, this is what I have for you. Know yourself and know your power. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. If this is the one that you were drawn to based on pile number 2, or if you were just very interested in the little onyx bat, got little blue eyes. I do love this little guy, although from this angle he kind of does look like a sloth, so I guess it depends on how you want to look at that. But so this is going to be your, like I said, spiritual guided type of message reading. We're going to be starting with tarot. I am going to be doing the lucky number dice as well, and then of course other dice for numbers and letters, see if anything pops out. And then towards the end of the reading I will do a couple extra decks as well to see what other messages are going to pop out for you guys too. So like I said, starting with the tarot. Oops, looks like you guys actually have an extra one. So the first one we have here, and this is like I said, colorful and springtime minus this deck. So the first one we have here is the Emperor. Second one is the Tower. We have Strength. Justice. Okay. Goodness. A lot of major arcana going on for y'all. We have 5 of Swords. Oops, I hope that didn't just hit my mic. And then we have, what are you, Page of Swords in reverse. Okay. Wow. Y'all are, okay. So I feel like with the Emperor and the Tower, that's definitely an even Strength and Justice. I feel like there's a lot that you guys are going on that could be heavy right now in terms of like, there's just a lot of things that are changing. Some of you with the Justice card could be dealing with some legal matters, whatever that is. Maybe that's dealing with buying a house or something like that. It could be definitely something going on with that as well. I feel like for a lot of you, it's definitely a call to be strong and understand that things are going to balance out. Things are going to come to a better space, come to a better place as well. With the 5 of Swords, I'm feeling like a lot of you are just feeling like you're being betrayed or something like that. I feel like a lot of you are feeling like, people that were, that once had your back, maybe don't now, whatever that is. But with this Page of Swords upside down, I feel like a lot of you are needing to really not overanalyze things. And I feel like you're needing to let things roll in a way. Especially because with the Emperor and Strength are here, so I feel like a lot of you are just needing to really understand that strength and that confidence and things like that moving into new situations, whatever that may be for you, is going to help you in the long run. The Tower is definitely here to let you know that there is something that is happening, there is something that is changing within your life, whatever that is. There's definitely something that is moving. There's a momentum going on, whatever that is. But I feel like with this Page of Swords here, it's kind of like, for some of you, you might not need to be so analytical, but for others, maybe the reason that you're having an issue with this 5 of Swords is because you're needing to actually turn this upside down Turn this right side up, brother, and actually analyze things and understand where you are coming from as a person in certain situations and where other people are coming from as well, just to actually understand things from all angles, really, just to really learn as much as you can in a way. So the next card we have here is Peaks of Joy. So we have this woman who's, basically flying through the clouds, everything like that. So a lot of what is happening, I feel like, especially with that Justice card, a lot of you are just going to be released from a lot of stress. A lot of you are going to be able to really just relax and understand that a lot of this, Emperor Tower strength moments is really going to pay off. You're going to be able to actually, leap for joy in a way, especially because there is a 3/3 up there as well. So there is going to be a lot of that happening for you guys, I feel like. Which is, of course, good. Next one we have here is Heal the Ouch. And we have this little nurse raccoon with this cute little fox, and it's just, healing. We have this massive background that literally, see if I can, looks very much just like, actual rose quartz, whatever that is. So I'm really feeling like a lot of you are just, like I said, that need to breathe, that healing the ouch, whatever it is. For some of you with that Five of Swords, that person or that situation that you're having the issue with is needing to be, analyzed in a way that you'll need to decide what you'll need to do type of situation, because you are needing to heal that ouch. You're needing to heal whatever it is that you guys are going through, and you're needing to put that into perspective. That way you can really, actually heal from that situation. The next one is encouragement. Encouragement. I feel like a lot of your ancestors and your spirit guides that are coming to you are trying to encourage you as much as possible. They're trying to let you know that things are happening, things are going to be okay, whatever it is. Like I said, that Peaks of Joy card there. So a lot of you are going to be okay. You're going to be able to breathe. You're going to be able to relax. You have them on your side, of course. They are going to be able to really let you know that these things are happening. But also, I feel like for some of you, you might have a very close bond with a parental figure or just an adult in your life. Could be a best friend, whatever it is, but this person has always got your back no matter what. So I feel like for a lot of you, it's definitely that encouragement moment, this person encouraging you to really be your best self and everything like that as well. Your next few cards that we have here, we've got another guardian, a loyal guardian. A magical protector is there for you. So, like I was talking about, this person that's always here for you with that one. And then we have this one here with, there's always someone who's there. It could be, like I said, a spirit guide, whatever it is. This doesn't have to be, like I said, a physical person. It could be your best friend. It could be, a parent. It could be whoever you feel that this fits in your life. I feel like for a lot of you, though, this is going to be a past loved one. This is going to be an actual ancestor or a spirit guide who really is on your side and is trying to show you as often as possible that they are right here for you, and they are really trying to let you know that in every aspect that they can. The next one here we have is Queen Mab. Your ancient wisdom is awakening. For a lot of you, the reason that you feel like you're, outgrowing relationships or whatever it is because you really are starting to kind of wake up. You're transforming here, whatever that is. Things that are changing, things that you're needing to be strong with that Tower card coming up. For some of you, it really is quite literally a spiritual awakening. So I feel like for a lot of you, that's pretty much exactly what is happening. That's pretty much, you waking up and things activating in a way. And this next one here we have Align Your Universe. Navigate distractions. So I feel like for a lot of you, you're feeling like the reason that you feel like you have no control over certain situations is because that situation you're not meant to control, which is, for some of you, a really big pill to swallow, myself included, admittedly. So it could be one of those things too where you can't control every aspect of things, but also here too we have these people that are kind of just like, what's the word I'm looking for? Staring off in the distance here, but then we have this other person here who's like, hello, trying to get your attention and you're ignoring me. So I feel like for some of you, that's quite literally what's going on with your spirit guides. They're trying to get your attention and you're kind of unintentionally ignoring them, which is just not good. So align your universe and navigate distractions. Really align yourself with what your beliefs are, your morals, whatever that is. If you feel like those are changing, then let them change. It's one of those things too, that as you grow and evolve, as you change as a person, your views on life and things will probably change too. It's not a bad thing. That's just how we grow as people. Your next 3 cards we have here, your next animal spirit cards that are coming to you is the Starfish Spirits with open to infinite possibility. So I feel like a lot of you are needing to do just that. You're needing to open to the thoughts and possibilities, things like that. Like I said, there are some certain things you're not meant to control. So I feel like, a lot of you are needing to recognize that possibility, understand it, but also just let it flow. That's the thing that I'm really hearing from you guys. Let it flow. Let it go if you want to. If you're a Disney fan and you just feel like Let It Go is your theme song lately, then potentially that could be exactly that. Your next one that you have here, yes, I love this card. I love owls in general, so, the owl spirit, you see clearly now. So, as I was saying, a lot of you are feeling like a lot of the reasons that you're changing as a person is because you really are. A lot of things are starting to grow. A lot of things are starting to change. A lot of the reasons why the Tower card keeps coming up and things like that. A lot of the reasons that you feel like when you had certain relationships or whatever it is that seem to go really, really well, and now some of them aren't going quite as well, I feel like it's because you're just changing as a person, and that's okay. With the owl spirit, you're starting to see things a little bit more clearly. You're starting to understand things in a different perspective, but not in a bad way. You're starting to understand how things work for yourself. This one we have here is the grasshopper spirit with take a leap of faith. Really understand that you have the ability to take a leap of faith. We have the flower back here too. Like, really understand that a lot of the things that you're going through is you needing to not quite blindly leap, but you're really needing to just dive in and really go for it, whatever that is. If you're needing to change something, if you're needing to update a certain aspect of your life, then do that. Really go for it. Really understand exactly what it is that you as a person need to do. So I'm going to be drawing from my Pocket Isis Oracle and seeing what we can get for pile number 2. If there's anything specific here for them. A lot of what it is just, you're needing to really let some things go that no longer serve you, whatever that is. The card we got for you is Magic and Ritual. I'm sorry. This is literally the card that the last group got. Effect in the external world can be created through inner practice. Heart-centered ritual can support your inner path to the physical world, in the physical world. You are encouraged to enhance your power with regular practice as you grow in grace, love, ability, and wisdom, applying your inner beauty to transform your outer world. So like I was saying, as you're growing, as you're changing, whatever it is, as these tower moments pop up for you, it's because they're needing to happen. You're needing to recognize the power within yourself. That way you can grow and can expand yourself. And I'm going to be drawing from my deck specifically. Trying to make sure I don't drop anything. Peculiar fragments, sorry. So I'm going to be drawing from that and seeing what I can get for pile number 2. If there's any other spirit guide messages or anything like that. That pile number 2, anything that they need to hear at this point. Woo! In their life. Okay, so you got 2 or 3, however many popped out here. And they're always on the floor. Yep, 2. Okay. Well, this is the first one, I think. So, first one is the jack-o'-lantern. This light will guide you on your journey and show you the way. You are led by tradition and good luck is on your side. So I feel like a lot of you, like I was saying, this is very much like understanding where you are as a person, whatever that is, really letting things grow, show, however you want to go with that. You're being guided. You're being encouraged. You have a guardian specifically. You're being directed to where you need to go. The next one is the full moon. The light of the full moon brings magic with an undercurrent of insanity. Mystery is part of magic. It's time to shine. Pretty much like that. Needing to understand, I feel like a lot of you are coming to a bit more of a spiritual awakening, really seeing things within the full moon, things like that. Really being, kind of attracted to the full moon in a way, being very intrigued by that, whatever it is. I feel like for some of you, you either have just recently acquired a moonstone or you're looking to, and it's kind of like sticking you in the back of your mind. And for some of you, you might not have realized that a moonstone was the one that you were wanting until I just now said it. So I feel like for some of you, a moonstone might be a very good idea to kind of really get into more of that spiritual side to yourself and kind of awaken the energy that's internally screaming at you. That was very crooked. It's still crooked. There we go. And your last card we have here is Candlelight, shedding light on a situation and knowing there is light and hope at the end of the tunnel. So I feel like a lot of you are needing to understand a lot of light and hope that is at the end of the tunnel. It's okay to feel like, take a leap of faith. There's a lot that's happening for you that really is right there. It's okay. There are times where you are, feel a little off balance here. I'm still going to be off balance, but that's fine. But a lot of you are needing to really understand that there is hope. That hopelessness and that lost feeling that you guys have right now is not going to last forever. We're going to be drawing some letters here and see if there's anything specific that pops up for you guys. Pile number 2. Excuse you. Okay, I was wondering what that one was going to land on. We have I, we have an H, we have another H, we have a T, we have E, we have a D, we have an O. I kind of want to do one more, but I also kind of don't. So, I do see the, T-H-E. I see high, too. For some of you, this could be acronyms, it could be initials, things like that as well, but I do see high. I feel like a lot of you are really trying to get in touch with your ancestors, potentially. A lot of you are really starting to potentially hear them, hear spirit guides, whatever have you. So a lot of them are just letting you know that they are here for you and that they really are saying hi. So we're going to be doing the number dice as well and see what we can grab for you as well. The white dice are going to be things that are going to be pretty important in your life for some of you, just going to be things that are happening that are going to be fairly interesting at the very least. Oh, I thought that was another 3. Okay, so we got 2 3s, and then we have a 4. So it could be, at the time that I'm filming this is very early February 3rd, so maybe something next month is happening for you guys. Could be something along those lines, whatever that is. It could be someone's birthday, whatever that is as well. But I feel like 3s, again, like I said, the grasshopper spirit is even 30. We have 333 up there, or 33 up there. I feel like a lot of you, healing the ouch, has 3 as well. So I feel like a lot of you, that is something that you're needing to really do is, for some of you, you're noticing the synchronicity of 333, potentially. And also a lot of you, in terms of 3, are needing to understand that balance, things like that, encouragement. It's okay to ask for help as well. So these black dice are going to be dice that I call these the tower dice because these are things that need to change and shake up in your life. You already got the tower, so it's one of those things too where, things that need to shake up in your life for whatever reason, things that are needing to happen, things that are needing to change. We got another 3, so 3 is definitely important. We also have a 1, and then we do have a 5. So I feel like 3 is definitely important for you. And for some of you, I mean, 3 also, because that does add up to 9, so 3 is also, a number of 9 technically. So I feel like a lot of you are, 3s and 9s, things like that could be pretty important for you, potentially. Things that are happening, things are shaking up. So then with the red dice here, these are going to be, something with love, whatever it is, whenever you love yourself a little bit more, however that is. It could be, as you start to wake up. This could be when you find that perfect partner as well. So we do have 1, 2, and then we have a 6. Interesting. Okay, so there's a progression as well here because there's 4, 5, and 6 too. So that's very interesting. So there could definitely be something with March 6th in that terms. Again, in terms of when I'm filming this, but oops, it doesn't necessarily have to be, but I'm very curious if these numbers or even the letters hit home for you guys at all. I love hearing from you guys, so if there's anything that you do want to comment or anything like that as well, definitely let me know. And then I have this dice as well, going to be rolling the lucky number dice, see if there's anything lucky number-wise specific that sticks out for you guys. I also did want to say that I am doing a giveaway. Once I reach 500 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away a couple of the candles that I do make. My shop is down in the description box below if you want to go check that out. Whoops, I almost dropped the dice. And if there's anything else that you guys can think of that you would want me to give away, I'm thinking of including a tarot deck as well, so definitely let me know. Okay, so we got a 5, so I feel like 5 is not nearly as important. I was curious if that would land on a 3 or not, but in terms of the 5, it's kind of just like the halfway point. You're not quite done yet. Things are moving, things are growing, things are happening. You're needing to learn a little bit more patience as well, but you also need to pay attention to the things around you, not just your own bubble, because a lot of times there could be things that you might miss too, which is never fun. But pile number 2, this is definitely something that's very interesting for you guys. I feel like a lot of you are starting to wake up. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of change that's happening for you guys, which is not bad. It's just interesting. It's a little heavy for some of you. This definitely was a little bit more heavy than I had intended to, but that's usually what happens when ancestor readings come into play. But like I said, definitely see if there's anything. Let me know if anything resonates for this. I love hearing from you guys. Comment, subscribe, everything like that as well. I do love hearing from you guys. If you feel like you need to send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, just go for it. All of my info is down below. It's perfectly fine. But this is what I have for you all, pile number 2. Like I said, I'm doing a giveaway once I reach 500 subscribers, so you do have to be subscribed to the channel in order to win. And let me know also in the comments if there's anything that you're thinking that I could do in terms of including in the giveaway. But pile number 2, what's up? Alright, y'all. This is what I have, and until next time, know yourself and know your power. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. If this is the one you picked because you were intrigued by the pile number 3, or the number 3, or if you just wanted to see what the cute little red jasper mushroom had to say for you, then this is going to be your ancestral reading. So as usual, starting with the tarot cards, but I'm also going to be doing a couple of other cards as well on top of the dice as usual. So doing a couple of cards at the end of the video, or at the end of the reading. So your first tarot deck, your first tarot card rather, going to be the Hermit. Like I said at the beginning, all kinds of springtime and color except for this deck, because I felt the need to use this one. Next one is the Chariot. We have Judgment. That's very crooked. We have the Sun. I kind of love that it's a brain for this one. And then we have the Ace of Cups. All right. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is definitely an awakening. For some of you, it could be that Ace of Cups, that new love, that new romance, that new love interest, if you will. Really just going within yourself to really take charge. Things are starting to move on, rebirth, things are shining, things are going. This is definitely a good progression. And I feel like for a lot of you, it really is leading to that Ace of Cups moment with really, things coming into play and understanding that a lot of it is, leading up to that moment. So I feel like for a lot of you, the synchronicities and things that you're seeing and hearing, whatever that is for your potential one true love, if you want to look at that, or at least the next love interest that's coming into your life that needs to happen at the moment that it needs to happen kind of way, then it's definitely going to be happening for you. This next one we have here is Magic Prayer. God, this is a gorgeous card. So Magic Prayer, I feel like this one is really just like, in terms of the power of prayer, if you want to go with that, but also because I feel like a lot of you are really starting to become more more spiritually involved, things like that. For some of you, that is maybe praying a little bit more, whatever have you. She's got wings over her eyes, things like that. So I feel like a lot of you, this does remind me of getting in touch with yourself as well. Because a lot of, in terms of, deities, things like that, there are certain ones that want you to, obviously, pay tribute, things like that as well, but also they want you to love yourself. They want you to be happy, to understand yourself as a person. So I feel like a lot of you are really starting to do that as well. You're really speaking to your guides and your ancestors and things like that recently too. Next one we have here is movement. A lot of you are moving. I love it. It's an ostrich. It kind of reminds me of the world on the turtle's back, because like this kind of is not exactly the same, but similar. There's movement. It's constantly moving. Things are growing, changing, happening all the time. And I feel like for a lot of you, you feel like this movement is, a little bumpy sometimes, but you can definitely feel that things are changing up. Things are moving in a different direction, and for some of you it might not be the direction that you originally thought you wanted it to go, but for a lot of you it's definitely needing to happen for that. The next one we have here is the Wishing Well, and I feel like this is a card that a lot of you get, but it's one of those things, like I said, making wishes, watching them grow, understanding that your powers are growing, things like that as well, that you are making wishes, you are happening, you are being the magician in terms of tarot, and you are wishing for exactly what it is that you want. We're seeing this mask fly up, this masquerade. It's kind of like the mask is flying off and things are actually happening. You are making manifestations and you are making magic happen, which is amazing. That's always great, right? Who doesn't want their manifestations to come true? I mean, come on, that's the whole point of making them. So this next one we have here, oh, it's so cute. The Butterfly Ferrets, I Am Reborn. Oh, I love this. Y'all, you got I Am Reborn, and then you have Judgment, which is rebirth. Literally being reborn and growing and changing and becoming who you need to become at this point. I feel like for a lot of you, obviously this does speak of spiritual awakening, but for a lot of you, it's just really growing into yourself a little bit better, compared to before. Oh, goodness. The next one we have is Andel, Emotional Flow. One, I'm a nerd, so this does remind me a little bit of like the elves, especially with this little bottle thingy behind her. So this is going to remind me of Lord of the Rings with with Galadriel, but that's just me. But I really feel like a lot of you are just, letting your emotions flow in a way, but also understanding where they come from too, which means that a lot of the times you're really growing as a person, you're understanding yourself, you're understanding that your emotions don't hold you back, things like that as well. And so I feel like for a lot of you, this transformation and things is really helping you flow and grow and things like that as well. And there's a lot of green, so I feel like a lot of you have been definitely growing as a person and also working on your heart chakra too, potentially. Not all of you, but some of you. Ooh, next one we have here is Celestial Gatekeeper. Timing is critical. So I feel like timing is critical. The reason for that is because a lot of you are starting to wake up and notice some things. So it's really just become kind of like a mad dash to really just hear, think, feel, and see all of the things that are happening around you. You're starting to notice a lot of things, and you're really starting to understand that there's a lot of stuff that's happening around you for a very specific reason. And your next few cards for the animal spirits, we have the turtle spirit, and I love that because I was literally talking about the turtle and, the world on the turtle's back, and you got the turtle. So slow and steady wins the race. I feel like this is a reminder to not be the Energizer Bunny all the time, to really understand that it's okay to relax. That's admittedly something that's coming to me recently over the last couple of weeks, is you work your ass off. It's okay to relax. It's okay to sit down. So I feel like that's something that's coming in for you guys a lot too, is just breathe, take a breath. It's okay. When you're on autopilot all the time, it's not good for you. And it drives you crazy more than anything. Make sure that was just the one card. The next one we have is the horse spirit. Freedom is yours. So I really feel like a lot of you are just needing, and we have a 3-3 up here, so I feel like a lot of you are just really needing to hear this, just freedom is yours, period. Because I feel like a lot of you have been feeling like everything you do is for someone else, whatever that is. I feel like a lot of you are starting to be free. A lot of you are starting things that are freeing to you. A lot of you have been making changes within your life that have been changes for you. These have been changes for exactly whatever it is you want your life to become. And I feel like over the last few months anyways, this is exactly something that you guys have been doing. So freedom is yours. This is pretty much, I would take this as like your guides are telling you, whatever it is you're doing, keep doing it, because you're doing a really kick-ass job. The last one we have here is the hummingbird spirit with be here now. Be here now. This means to me like understanding that you can't be like I said, you can't be autopilot all the time. You can't be Energizer Bunny. You do have to be present within the moment. You do have to know that when things are happening, when things are changing things up, when things are changing up within your life, it's because it's needing to change, whatever that is. But just living in the moment, being here, being present, being your amazing self all the time, but also knowing that you can, keep growing as a person. It's okay. You can keep changing things up. This doesn't mean that, you can't look into the future, you can't work on your future, whatever that is, but it's kind of like, don't be so caught up with chasing the future. Don't be so caught up in understanding or wanting to understand what's next. Don't be that person who constantly has to plan 15 years in advance, because there are so many variables that will change, because things will need to change as you make different decisions in your life. So be present and understand that when things are changing up within your life at that precise moment, it's because it's needing to change, because it needs to change. Something is not working, whatever it is. But I feel like for a lot of you, this is something that you're working on doing, is being here now, being in the present moment, and really letting that flourish within yourself too. So I'm going to be drawing from the Pocket Isis Oracle, and seeing what we can get for pile number 3 with their spiritual messages. Whoop, try not to drop the deck here. 8. Okay. I'm going to put that down. This is the card that you got. It says Divine Sisterhood, letting the Divine Feminine nourish you now into new relationships, collaborations, community, and friendships is very wise. There are many souls with you There are many souls with whom you have spiritual contracts decided upon before you were born, who wish to help you, and whom you can help too, as you grow together in peace and light and wisdom. So I feel like this does tie into that celestial gatekeeper, and also the hummingbird with like be here now and things like that as well. So I really feel like this is a lot of, growing and understanding that a lot of things are happening, because there's a lot of partnerships that you have, a lot of divine partnerships that you're, soul contracts, things like that as well. That a lot of things that you're starting to notice, a lot of people you're starting to feel a connection to that you might not have had a connection to before. I'm going to be drawing from my Peculiar Fragments deck and see what else we can get for pile number 3. Woo! Before we do the dice. Okay, so you got 2. I'll pull the other one out. The other one landed on my foot. Oh, all right. So the first one is the Jack-o'-lantern. I love this card. This light will guide you on your journey and show you the way. You are led by tradition and good luck is on your side. So I feel like this is fairly self-explanatory, but also, like I was saying, that wishing well, really just making those wishes, those manifestations come true, because a lot of you are needing to do that, a lot of you are wanting to do that, whatever that is. And so this is really just kind of confirming that for you, really. Put that one there. And your last card is the portal. Living between the worlds. You are called to trust the universe and walk through a portal to discover your own intuitive abilities. So I feel like a lot of you, like I said, and with that soul contracts and things like that, a lot of you are really in that headspace and understanding that a lot of this is coming into play. A lot of you are starting to notice a lot of those things that you may not have noticed before, and you're noticing a lot of synchronicities and things like that. You're starting to, maybe over the last few months, potentially last year, in some way, a lot of you were really, just noticing so many synchronicities and so many things potentially coming back from your past as well. So we're going to be drawing some letters. Okay, well, that one disappeared into the ether. There we go. Let's try that again, shall we? Try some letters and see what we can get for you guys. Oh, that's interesting. That's the exact same one that it landed on. Okay, that one was meant to come out. Okay, can you stop spinning? So we have V, T, T, H. Okay, there's 3 T's. We have RP. So I don't see anything that makes in terms of a word. But I grab one more letter, maybe. Z. So no. So I don't see any letters or words right off the bat, or at least not in English. But also, these could also, like I said, represent acronyms and things like that as well. I just saw an acronym and it kind of made my heart stop for a second, but so, this could be initials and things like that as well. But here we are. So we're going to be doing the other dice as well. Rolling and seeing. I'm going to switch hands, actually. Rolling and seeing what these white ones are going to have in store for you. White ones do represent things that are a little bit more, exciting, could be life-changing, something or other. But this is going to be something that's going to happen for you guys. It's going to be pretty intense, but, it's going to be, you're going to be happy about it, basically. All right, we got 2, 2, and 4. And at the time that I am filming this, it could... Oh, okay, I thought that was 14 for a second, so 24. Could be the end of the month, something like that for you guys, because this is February at the time I'm filming this, so it could be the end of the month for some of you. Anything like that. It does add up to... Sorry, getting distracted with my cards being crooked. It does add up to 8 as well, so it could be anything with 8 as well. 8 is a number of recognizing your own power and letting it grow, but also understanding that there is a little bit of patience that needs to be had as well, but not nearly as much patience as like with a 7, so it's a little bit further than that. The black dice are going to be tower dice. These are something that needs to change within your life. This is something that needs to happen, whatever it is. It needs to change up because it's just not serving you that purpose anymore. Okay, so we got a 3, we got another 4, and then we got a 6. So 4 could be pretty significant for you guys. 4 of Wands is actually really screaming at me for some reason. But that could be anything. But the 4 is definitely a number of stability. It's a number of growth. It's a number of power, but also of, understanding that there is give and take within certain things as well. And the red dice are going to be anything, even though they look pretty flippin' orange on camera, they are red. It's going to be anything specific to your love life. It could be love within yourself, whatever that is. These are going to be just the potential dates or anything like that. It could be a birthday. All these numbers could be birthdays as well. Could be the day that you meet the one. So we do have another 3, and then we have 2 5s. Very, very interesting. So 5 seems to be, whoops, come on. Ouch. Pretty important for you, so, or at least in terms of that. So maybe something within March, potentially. Maybe. But it's definitely something, you know, like I was saying, you know, 4, and then we have 5. And then there is 6 within the black as well. There's a progression, but it's a slightly chaotic progression, so meaning that things probably aren't going to happen quite in a super clean order in a way. So then we're going to be rolling the lucky number dice. And I did want to let you guys know that I am doing a giveaway. Doing a giveaway once I reach 500 subscribers. I'm actually really close. I'm super stoked, and I'm going to be giving away 2 of the candles that I make personally. If you do want to see my shop, my info is down below. So if you do want to check out my shop, you can do that. I'm going to be doing a giveaway, and then let me know if there's anything else you guys want me to give away too. I'm thinking about doing maybe a collab with another group or another like artist or something for like some jewelry, or maybe a tarot deck or something. Not sure. Okay, so we did land on 1. I'm trying to remember if it was on a 1 when it was over there. That landed on a pretty good spot. I'm going to leave that there. So I feel like for 1 specifically, we did get the Ace of Cups, which that just popped into my head. So the Ace of Cups definitely could be like finding that 1. So maybe something, again, in terms of when I'm filming this is February, so maybe March is the time that you guys are going to be starting to really, you know, get things started with that new person, whatever that is, or maybe this is when that person comes into play, however you want to look at that. But things are happening, things are changing, you guys are moving on, you guys are recognizing a lot of parts within your soul that are starting to come into play as well. For some of you, that could be a soulmate coming into play, and soulmates do not always have to be a romantic partnership. They can be completely platonic. I have a best friend that is a soulmate as well. So it really just depends on you personally, but I'm really excited for you guys. This is what I have for y'all. Pile number 3. This is very exciting. There's a lot of growth that's happening. Like I said, there's a lot of heart. There's a lot of green happening for you guys, which is always exciting. Work on your manifestations and know that they are going to come true. And until next time, y'all, this is what I have. Know yourself and know your power. Bye. Hello, pile number 4. So this is the one that you picked because you were drawn to the pile number 4. Or if you were just more curious about the red ammonite fossil, then this is going to be your spiritually guided message. Essentially, this is, like I said, whatever the spirit guides that you have, whatever your ancestors are needing you to know right now, because there's just something going on and you need to hear about it. I'm going to be drawing from a couple of different oracle decks as well at the end of the reading, and then do the numbers and letters dice as usual. Did want to let you guys know while I'm trying to get my card sorted here that I am doing a giveaway as well. So once I reach 500 subscribers, I'll be doing a giveaway, a couple of candles that I make myself. If you want to check my stuff out, it's all in the description box below. And then anything that you're thinking that you want me to just give away, like I said, I'm doing maybe a tarot deck or something like that, maybe work with some friends of mine and do some jewelry. Not 100% sure, but I'm definitely wanting to include something else as well. Definitely let me know. So your first tarot deck that we have, or excuse me, tarot card we have is the Ace of Swords. Nice. We have the Six of Cups. I think I'm crooked. Yep. And we have the Nine of Wands. The Devil card. And the Ace of Coins in reverse. So I feel like for a lot of you, what you're needing to do is to understand that a lot of what's going on, a lot of things that are happening in your past, you're needing to make these final decisions, things like that. With the Devil card, it's understanding that you're feeling a little trapped, because I feel like for some of you, what you're needing to do is turn this right side up. You need to turn the Ace of Coins. Ooh, it is a little Ammonite. That's cute. But you're needing to turn this right side up because it's upside down right now. It's that fear that you're not going to be successful, whatever it is. A lot of you are being pretty guarded. You're needing to make these final decisions, but you're also needing to, work with yourself a little bit. Like with the Devil card, you're needing to work with yourself a little bit and really know that you're not really all that stuck. But the feelings that you're being stuck is because you're not starting new things. A lot of you are telling yourself that you won't be successful at it, or it won't go anywhere, whatever that is, and it's kind of, causing some problems for you, basically. So you're really needing to turn that little guy right side up in order to grow and things like that. Because a lot of the time, we feel like we can't do something, and then our guides, our ancestors are like, you've got this, you've got this. They keep nudging you towards it, and you keep seeing it get closer, and you kind of panic, so you really hit the brakes super hard, and then you feel like you're stuck. So a lot of you are needing to really get out of the headspace that you can't do it, or whatever. First one, ooh, we have is commitment. So for some of you, maybe you're pumping the brakes because you don't want to start any relationship. Putting that out there for some of you. A lot of maybe that's that decision making, that Six of Cups, something coming from your past, that analyzing, sacrificing something in order for something else to start brand new. Maybe that's that feeling like I don't want to be tied down, I don't want to be stuck, whatever that is. A lot of you, it's that fear of commitment, but it's the commitment that's happening. It's the commitment that is coming in. There is a commitment happening for you guys. There is something that is going on for you that is going to show itself in a very positive light. It is going to show you in a very loving light as well. But for some of you, that's causing you to panic a little bit, so you're really hitting the brakes pretty hard. The next one we have is Field of Dreams, really manifesting your desires in dreams. We have these little fairies and all these other, I think those are dragons in the background and everything. Like, there's so much going on with this card. Very fantasy based, very fanciful, very cutesy in a way. But also I see the eggs, which admittedly does remind me of very much springtime. So I'm really just getting like this hardcore spring vibe for you guys. So maybe springtime is something that's going to be happening, something that you probably don't want to happen in terms of like a new relationship with that commitment card there. So for some of you, maybe it's that fear of commitment and it's just going to be happening anyways this spring. And some of you maybe aren't pumping the brakes. Maybe it's just like that, that fear, that internalized fear that it won't work out, whatever it is. So it's not that you're not, how do I phrase this? It's not that you're saying it won't work or whatever that is. It's just that you're telling yourself it won't work. So therefore, the Ace of Coins is kind of just flipped upside down, and you're not planting the seeds and you're not starting new. Commitment in the Field of Dreams could also be relative to your career. So for some of you, you're needing to turn this Ace of Coins right side up, plant the seeds to really start something and start something going for your career specifically. Because for some of you, you're telling yourself that it won't work, whatever that is. The next one we have is education. Education is all about learning things from different perspectives, learning from things as much and as often as you can as well. Because a lot of the time, we are surrounded by our own mindset that we need to dive into something in order to grow and change, things like that. This really does hit hard with like the career part for a lot of you, I feel like. So needing to really learn about a career, maybe that's why some of you feel like it won't work, is because it's a career path or it's something you've never done before. It's something brand new to you and you're needing to learn a lot about it. So it might be causing some of you to kind of panic. You're like, oh, it won't work because I've never done it before. But your guides are coming to let you know, knock it off. Pretty much. You're okay. You're fine. Everything's going to be all right. You just have to really believe in yourself a little more than you do right now. The next card that we have here is Your Imaginary Friend, Childhood Treasures Resurface. Ooh, especially because we have the Six of Cups. Okay, so I feel like a lot of you are really noticing things coming up from your past potentially. So for some of you, in terms of career, maybe you're starting to do something within your career that you weren't doing recently. So you've started to kind of incorporate, maybe you're an artist and you have been since childhood, and now you're starting to make art your career or whatever that is. So I feel like there's a lot of things coming up from the past as well. I love how there's a dragon in this, and then there's a dragon in the Field of Dreams. Little dragon does remind me of Mulan, which is adorable because it's like my favorite Disney movie is Mulan. But, so I feel like this is really talking a lot about transformation as well. Something coming up from your past, things coming from your past, people coming back from your past, not the ones you're mad at, the ones that you're okay with, but people coming from your past that are really going to help you grow into the person that you're really meant to be as well, which is always exciting. The next one is Lady Luna's Magic. Synchronize with lunar time and energy. Oof, okay. So I feel like a lot of you have started to really click with the moon a little bit more, and this is really just coming into play. Things are really happening, whatever that is. And so I feel like a lot of you are really needing to make that connection with the moon because that's just what you're needing to do. And a lot of you have either started connecting with the moon or you're wanting to. So this is basically just confirmation. You probably should. And the last card we have for this section is Sacred Divinity. There are two paths ahead. So two paths ahead really tells me that there's a lot of things that you're going to just be needing to make choices about. There's some things you're really going to need to, like I said, make your decisions. Make sure that what you're doing is what you want, because you're going to be tempted by other things potentially. So in terms of career, a lot of you are going to have the choice of, do I go with what I don't want to do because it's safer, or do I go with what I want to do because it's what I want to do? So you're going to be faced with some choices that are probably going to drive you absolutely bonkers, but you're going to need to make those decisions because that's what you need to do. Whoops. Okay. Next one we have here is Vulture Spirit. These are animal spirit cards. Nothing is wasted. Your time is not wasted. Your love, your energy, your commitment to things, your determination, your work. Everything that you do is not a waste of time. Everything that you are is not a waste of time. So when it comes to people and their understanding of things, a lot of people get upset because they say that, well, I worked my butt off and nobody recognized me. Recognize yourself. Recognize the work that you put in. Recognize how much hard work that you yourself do. And then also, a lot of the time, the reason that you're not, feeling appreciated is because you're surrounding yourself with the wrong kind of people sometimes. And so when you're needing to feel appreciated, the people that actually appreciate you will tell you that they appreciate you. So maybe that's something that you're needing to do. Maybe that's, for some of you, decisions that you're going to have to be making is whether or not you're in those right relationships. Maybe that's where the commitment comes into play. Maybe that's why some of you are pumping the brakes pretty friggin' hard because you're like, I don't want to be in another relationship because my last one sucked. But maybe this one's going to be a hell of a lot better. You don't know. Ooh. Next one is Parrot Spirit with Watch Your Words. So watch your words, I feel like, could be anything from, being called out or something like that, or it could also be like twisting your words, if that's kind of playing in my head right now. People twisting your words and making you seem out to be this crazy person or whatever it is. So I feel like for some of you, decision-making process you're needing to be in right now, you're going to be needing to make here soon, is, choosing your words carefully in terms of choosing your people carefully as well, which can also be a little harder to deal with. But watching your words, because, in terms of a parrot, parrots, kind of mimic anything that they hear. So make sure that you do your research and don't just believe things based on face value. Make sure that you are educating yourself and learning as much as you possibly can, especially about things that you don't know about, whatever that may be. The last one that we have is the Panther Spirit with Reclaim Your Power. This is something that I tell people a lot, especially over the last few months, because a lot of people say that they're so drained, they do so much work, whatever it is, they feel like their time and their energy is wasted. But really calling your power back and understanding that about yourself as well, really reclaiming your power, but also reclaiming your power from bad relationships. Really letting that flow through, really letting other people know that you're not taking their shit anymore. Things like that is really going to help you in the long run, because it's going to show them you are your own person. Really letting them know that you are that Panther spirit as well. Right, so I'm going to be drawing, like I said, from a couple different oracle decks. This is my Pocket Isis Oracle. Ooh, that was quick. Okay. Oh, let me actually draw and see what else. Pile number 4, because there was one that hit my tripod, but we'll see if there's another one that comes out, if I can... Okay, I just got yelled at, so... We're not going to do that, so we're going to pick the one that fell up. Okay, there's 2 of them. Okay, that's why, that's fair. So the first card is here, and is Rising Sun. A dark phase and struggle is over. A new phase is upon you, one of hope, glory, light, and triumph. It is won through boldness and persistence. You have been through much, and now victory is upon you, beloved, for the divine solar child, and new consciousness within you is born. Whoops. So I feel like a lot of you are also needing to recognize that within yourself, because you're not recognizing it. Like I said, own up to what you do as a person. If you feel like someone is not appreciating you, whatever that is, appreciate yourself for the work that you do. You don't need someone else's constant approval. If you approve of yourself, then you know your own self-worth. This is the next one right here. Ancient Power Mysteries. The Oracle guides you to honor the power of your voice, whether through spoken or sung words, or through what you write, speak about, or stand for symbolically. Watch your words. You have a potentially very powerful healing voice, and you are guided to recognize that responsibility that you have for what you proclaim through your voice. So for a lot of you, like I was saying, understanding where your voice is coming from and owning your power, reclaiming your power, really letting that help guide you in whatever path it is that you are feeling like you're being led towards. So we're going to be doing from the... Oops. Another one that fell super quick. Let's see if I can get another one. Peculiar Fragments. Sorry. Let me get my thoughts in order here. Is there another one for group number 4? Your cards the entire time, everything from drawing from before I started filming and everything. You guys, yeah, this pile had some things going on. This pile was already jumping from the beginning, and even as I draw cards now, it's still lots of jumping around. So the first one that fell out is the Apparition. Though you feel invisible, you are not alone. Stop stretching yourself so thin, trying to please everyone. So I feel like this one's fairly self-explanatory. I never really feel the need to elaborate on this card very much, but I feel like a lot of you are needing to really understand that the reason that you feel drawn to certain things, or that you feel like you're hitting the brakes so hard on certain things moving forward with your life, is because you feel the need to please other people and you're needing to stop that. Or the reason that you're hitting the brakes so hard is because you're in a fear of being invisible. You don't want to get lost in the crowd or whatever that is, but I feel like a lot of you are not going to get lost in the crowd. But you're needing to also know that you yourself specifically will be able to grow as a person and everything like that as well. And the card you got also is the Portal. Living between the worlds. You are called to trust the universe and walk through a portal to discover your own intuitive abilities. So reclaiming your power, things like that. Like I said, these pathways, things like that. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of growth. There's a lot of things that are changing. There's some things that are popping up from your past, which for a lot of you could mean, spiritual, psychic awareness, things like that as well. Because a lot of the time, you have these abilities as a child, and then you grow up and it kind of just, dies back in a way. So I feel like for a lot of you, there's things that are coming into your life here very soon, or already is coming into your life. You're noticing some synchronicities that are really going to be able to show you how much things are growing, how you're changing, things like that as well. So we're going to be doing the numbers wrong, the letters. I always do that. Every time. Whoop, let's not drop the bag. Okay. So we're going to get some letters out for you guys and see. Oh, one on the floor. Ooh, okay. That one landed on an N, so I'm just going to leave it there. So we have an S, we have two S's, we have two N's as well, and two E's. There's an R and an X. So RX right off the bat, 'cause I'm a little bit of a nerd, that one just kind of like right off the bat reminded me of retrograde. But you have the exact same letters minus retrograde. So that's very interesting. That could mean something in terms of actual retrograde. Saturn, Neptune, whatever it is. Maybe you guys actually have retrograde planets in your birth chart. But I feel like for a lot of you, it's also a lot about, there's a lot of synchronicities and symbolism and things like that within your life that is definitely coming into play as well. I'm going to be drawing, rolling, however you want to look at that, from the numbers. There we go, the actual numbers. The dice as well as rolling the lucky dice over there, but we're going to be seeing what the white ones have to say for you. Anything specific. The white ones are going to represent something that you're going to be pretty excited about, but it's definitely going to be important for you. And you've got 3, 5, and 6. Suddenly got a bunch of hiccups. But 3, 5, and 6, so it's almost synchronicity, but so in terms of when I'm filming this, I am filming this during February, so maybe March and then on type of thing, something that's going to be happening, whatever that is, could be significant, that could add up to maybe your own lucky number, whatever that is. The black dice I usually call the tower dice, because these are going to be something that needs to shake up in your life. Something's not going as well as you want it to, or something's just not going and not doing well for you anyways, so it needs to change and shake things up. A retrograde, if you will. 5, 5, 6. Okay, so 5 and 6 potentially is a little bit more intense than a 3, but this also kind of screamed at me a little bit because these two cards here, the education and the commitment card, have 3 and 5. That's 36 and that's 35. So that's a little curious to me. 6 is definitely an important card for you regardless. So we're going to be seeing, now I'm curious with these love dice, basically. These are going to be commitment dice, if you will. This could be when you meet your love that you're supposed to be with at that point or in this lifetime, whatever that is. This is just going to be something that's just going to be a little bit more positive, if you will. Okay, I was wondering if that was going to land on a 6 as well. But we got 2, 3, and 4. So 2, 3, 4. Okay, maybe the next few months, like again, this is February at the time that I'm filming this, so maybe the next 3 months, including this month, is going to be pretty significant for whatever it is that you are doing with yourself, however you want to look at that. Or it could just be that commitment with that new partner, the relationship progressing over the next 3 months, however you want to look at that. But we're going to be rolling the lucky dice and see if there's anything happening for you guys within that little guy as well. Okay, so landed on a 6. So 6 is important for you guys. That commitment number. I call it a commitment number a little bit just because, like, in this way, 6 is about balance. It's about that give and that take, that ebb and that flow, things like that as well. Like I was talking about earlier, there's that give and that take all the time. So I feel like that commitment is going to be coming into your life. It's going to be something that you guys might not be too, like, you're going to be, like, surprised by it. Because, like I said, you're probably a little paranoid because you don't want to feel tied down with the devil card, whatever that is. But I feel like a lot of you, this is going to be a lot better than you thought it was going to be. There's that give and that take. There is going to be that balance that is going to be happening for a lot of you that some of you, you're just not used to it. But this is definitely a good thing. Let things happen, let things grow, let things that are supposed to be in your life stay in your life, and the other things that don't need to be there, let it go. So I feel like a lot of you are needing to really notice some synchronicities. You're really being called out a lot right now. So for some of you, you're noticing some synchronicities, which is not a bad thing. Some of you aren't noticing them quite as much right now, but maybe you will start to soon. And until next time, pile number 4, this is what I have for y'all. And until next time, know yourself and know your power.